Welcome back to MTX Chess. In this video, I'm going to show you the oldest game of chess that was played with the modern rules we use today. But first, give this video a thumbs up and tell the YouTube algorithm that more people should be watching chess videos. The oldest game of modern chess was played in 1475 in Valencia, Spain between Francesco di Castellevi and Narciso Vignoles. Before I get into the game, let me just explain that Francesco di Castellevi, sorry if I'm butchering his name, he was a poet and a nobleman, and he actually wrote this game as a subject of a poem. The idea was that Mars, the god Mars, was playing with the white pieces, and the goddess Venus was playing with the black pieces, and the game itself was kind of a love story. And so a rough translation of the Spanish title of the poem that he wrote is Chess is Love. And so there's a picture of the poem on the screen. Kind of interesting that in 1475, people were writing love poetry with chess games, but that's how they did it back then. So in this game, white starts us off with e4, and after d5, what would later become known as the Scandinavian defense. E takes d5, queen takes d5, knight c3. Here, white picks up a tempo on the queen, queen d8, and after bishop c4, knight f6, knight f3. All pretty standard moves in the Scandinavian here. After bishop g4, h3 from white, pushing the bishop off that square. After bishop takes f3, queen takes f3. Usually as black in this scenario, you wouldn't want to exchange. The reason why is because, not that square, white has 3 pieces developed, black only has 1 piece developed, and even in this position right here, white is threatening a queen takes b7 with threats on the rook, and that's something that black has to defend. So if you were in this position as black, you'd probably play something like c6, or you might even play something like knight d7. Black didn't go for any of that, unfortunately. Black played e6, which is a mistake. And I'll explain later in the video why I think black missed this queen b7 move. It's kind of an interesting historical reason, but I'll get to that later in the video. After queen takes b7, knight b d7, the black queen can now protect the rook. Get knight b5, white is going to double up on this pawn. After rook c8, defending the pawn, white picks off the free pawn. And after knight b6, knight takes c8, knight takes c8, white decides to get more pieces involved in the attack by playing d4, opening up this diagonal for the bishop to get involved. After knight d6, we got knight b5 check. After knight takes b5, queen takes b5 check. And we got knight d7 blocking check. Here, white continues to force the issue by playing d5, just kind of totally blowing open the center, which is a smart thing to do when your opponent's king is stuck in the center. After e takes d5, we get bishop e3, good development from white. Bishop d6 and rook d1. Here, black really should have just castled, but black played queen f6. After rook takes d5, queen g6. The idea for black is that black wants to fork both these weak white pawns. Here, white played a really great move, a very kind of interesting tactical move. They played bishop f4. It's basically a bishop sacrifice. White knows that this black bishop is basically pinned to the defense of this knight. If this black bishop moves, white's queen and rook double up on the black knight and can capture the knight and do checkmate. So actually, black fell for that. So after bishop takes f4, we get queen takes d7 check, king f8, and queen d8 checkmate. So on move 21, there you go. So that's the oldest game of chess we have with the modern rules being played. Now let me just go back and explain why I think black missed this move. The game really started falling apart for black when black played e6 in this position and missed queen takes b7, and then their position just completely collapsed. So you got to remember, this game was played in 1475, and this is where the woman from the thumbnail comes in. The woman from the thumbnail is Isabel de Castile, who is the Queen of Spain, and she became the Queen of Spain in 1474. She was a really popular queen in Spain at the time, and she was an avid chess player. Now, before she rose to power, the way that they played chess in the old world, like in the Middle Ages, in the 10th, 11th, and 12th, and 13th centuries, is that the queen was a very, very weak piece. The queen could only move 1 square in each diagonal direction. I like to think of Isabel de Castile starting to play chess and being a little disappointed with the fact that the queen was such a weak piece. So when she became queen in Spain and was really popular, players in Spain started allowing the queen to move as far as she wanted in any direction. It was kind of a nod to Isabel de Castile, and she's credited really with the queen in chess having such a wide range of moves. And so this game was played in 1475, only 1 year after Isabel de Castile became queen. And so you could excuse the black player for maybe not remembering the rule change, or maybe the player playing black thought that the white player was going to abide by the old rules, but didn't want to say anything when suddenly the white queen captured this pawn because he or she didn't want to be disrespectful to Isabel de Castillo. So super interesting, really interesting historical tie-in. I think we all owe the prowess of the queen on the chessboard to Isabel de Castillo, and what an amazing fact that we have a game from 1475. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying these videos. New content coming every week. You won't want to miss it. I'll see you guys next time.